This live stream. It's titled "Painting is an outdated craft, but it still feels so darn good to paint."
It's an ancient craft.
Maybe that might have been a better word choice. Ancient craft is better than outdated, but anyway, I just wanted to come up with the title that was a little bit that's combative, argumentative. Who wants to debate the idea of whether whether painting is an outdated craft? Let's do it. Let's debate. Let's argue. Who wants to argue? I used to love arguing as a kid. It's the way my family communicated. Did anyone else grow up in a family like that where like argument was like your only method of communication? I don't know. I mean, for me it was. But yeah, I know that could be very unusual for some people, very unsettling for some people, but like debate and argument, that was really like the only forms of communications I had growing up. So I actually like debate and argument. But you know what? I know it's not for everyone. It can be very uncomfortable for some people. And, you know, to each their own. Now, I'm not saying it's the best way. I'm not saying that it was like a positive, you know, I'm not saying that it was totally positive. But
Is that how you and your parents communicated?
well, I mean, there's truth to what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not saying that everything we said was an argument, but like, you know, for the most part, I would say like 3 out of 5 times that I talked to my parents as a kid, it was probably an argument about something.
That makes sense to me.
You know? But you know, I'm not upset about it. I'm not like
It makes perfect sense.
it makes perfect sense, huh?
Yes.
Oh yes. Well, whatever, you know, it's not I don't think it's a horrible thing. It's just how some people, you know, how some families communicate, right? Like, whatever. Who cares? Who's judging? Why are you judging me? Stop judging me. You're not allowed to judge me. All right, so here we go. We're going to continue on this painting, but, you know, I don't know. I mean, I've definitely heard of this being the case before, right? That, like, you know, some people grow up in families where, like, the main method of communication is, like, through some argument. And you know what? I can appreciate that. I can get it. I get it. I've been there. You know, it's just like, what else do you really need to talk about besides an argument? What's up, Israel? Israel, speaking of mental health, you know, what is your thought on that? So I don't know if you were here for the beginning of my stream, but earlier I was just saying a moment ago how, you know, I pretty much grew up in a family where, like, you know, 3 times out of 5, if we were communicating about something, we would probably be in an argument about something. Not like a heated debate, but, you know, just raising voices and, like, you know, a little bit of conflict more than, you know, the average family. And, you know, since you are looking to build a mental health practice with your videos, what are your thoughts on that? What is your thought? Obviously, right? It's probably, I think the common wisdom is that it's not healthy, but you know, I don't think it's totally out of the norm either to grow up in a family where the majority of conversations happen through argument. I don't think it's totally unusual, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am totally wrong about everything. Maybe my life is a total misunderstanding, a massive misunderstanding that no one will ever understand because it's so unique. No one has ever had the same problems I have. I am the most unique person to ever live. I'm joking, by the way, people. I'm not being serious. I do understand, of course, that other people probably have shared my problems, so just getting some third-party opinion, second-party opinion from Israel here. Because that is her field. That is the area that she wants to build a practice around. So, You know, I'm open to thoughts. Open to the thoughts of Israel. Jordan versus LeBron debate keeps families together as worldwide. There you go, Connor. What a great perspective. There you go. There you go. Jordan versus LeBron. See, like, you know, a house divided is a house, also a house united. Sometimes. You know, how can you have a family where everybody agrees on everything? It would feel fake to me. You know, it would feel like a fake family if I was like in agreement with everything. You know, it's almost like in the movies. It's like so movie-like, you know, that I'm like, is this on reality TV? Are we like, you know, constantly being watched or something? Is that why we have to agree with everything? So anyway, let's get a little closer to our piece right here. And just kidding, you understand what I'm talking about. Jordan versus LeBron debate. You believe most grown-ups are just now realizing that what they grew up in was trauma or dramatic. You know, it's probably true. That is really true. Because, you know, if I just think about, you know, whatever was happening in my 20s. You know, my parents are just trying to figure stuff out. My family just trying to figure stuff out, figure the life out in their 30s or their 20s. You know, it's definitely it's not easy. Life is not always easy. So anyway, let's go like this. We're gonna try to bring down our hands just a little bit here. But yeah, LeBron versus what a great example there. The LeBron versus Jordan debate keeps families together. Who is the greatest basketball player who ever lived? Oh crap! Scout, he's stuck outside. How do you even? Scout, come here. Come here, get inside, dude. Thank you. How do you even get outside? Oh. This guy just digging a bigger and bigger hole through the screen.
Not looking up?
Yeah, he's yelling Kathleen, Kathleen.
Scout! Stay in the house.
They didn't know what was different until they experienced new moments. Yes, that's right. You know, it's crazy. Families are crazy.
See, you missed your dinner.
All right, let's get a little bit of our shadow back here. Just gonna get a little bit of our shadow back. Not too much, just enough to like hide what's down here a bit, you know. And then I think I can bring this up a little. Let's increase the try to find a good shape for this. We're gonna go round this out. You know what's funny is Pookie always just kind of like observes. She like just keeps an eye, but she never actually like commits to going out with Scout. I like where this at. They didn't know it's different. All right, so let's see what else we could do. I've been working on this leg like forever. There's so much that needs to be modified in this leg area. But let me figure this out right here. I would like something a little bit lighter, on the lighter side. A little bit on the yellow ochre side. If I move into here, and I'm going to bring down the hand, bring down the arm, and I kind of make it just end right there. And then let's bring.
You weren't trying to escape cookies.
What
You weren't trying.
are you doing, dude? Scout, stop being so mischievous, bro. You mad at me? Is that why you're scratching your posts? Huh? What? Huh? This little guy, our cat, always trying to escape. He doesn't like it here. He just wants to leave. He could run the other way so many times, but he just doesn't. He kind of like, as soon as I go out there, he kind of comes back, and I wonder what it is that makes him do that. Because, you know, technically he could just like run down the stairs, run the opposite way. Right, yeah. But you know what? There probably are a lot of families out there that can't handle argument, right? There's a lot of families that they don't accept conflict. And it's like, maybe that like manifests as they get older. And then, you know, who's to say which one is good or bad, right? Like, is having conflict in a family always bad? How normal is it? How do you find out, right? How do you find out? You have to have like case studies or something to know. Let's add a little bit of, just a hint of this red here. Let's try to find a little bit of color. Adding some more color into these cheeks here, and then let's try to add some more color into here. I feel like my cat, so she usually loves to annoy, like get all up in my paintings, but I feel like the more I ignore her and don't try to stop her, the less she tries to do it. The power of reverse psychology on animals. Should be like an experiment about that. So anyway, working through these paintings, I might be overpainting some of these areas. Eventually I want to find like a nice, you know, nice in between here. All right, this is looking okay. Arguments are toxic. Disagreement with understanding of respect about others' opinions can be safe and non-toxic. Agree to disagree and explore others' thoughts brings a clear understanding how others can see their vantage points of different views, looking at the same window. All right, there we go. arguments are toxic. I can agree to that. And you know, this whole idea of trying to see each other's views, powerful, wonderful. What could be, you know, what could be a better message than that? Who can disagree with that? Is there anybody who would actually disagree with that? Speak now or forever hold your pieces. Spent quite a lot of time on this figure, and probably going to spend a little bit more. This figure seems to be a very important figure within this piece. I do have a reference, by the way. Trying to add some more subtlety within all of this. Yeah, okay, this is starting to come along. I'm liking where this is at. You know, we've got some subtle transitions, which is looking good. And got some subtle transitions here. This back area, let's see how we can just blend it down just a little bit. Create a nice little transition here. Something nice and subtle. And then we'll let this arm do its thing. But there we go. All right, agree to disagree. I definitely didn't disagree with anything that you said. I don't disagree. You know, I did learn though that at some point I did learn that constantly being argumentative is not a good way to go through life. So just putting that out there that yes, my ways have changed. You know, once you become an adult and you realize that most of the time it does not work, right? Once you become an adult, you realize that things don't always work the way that it does at your own home. Sometimes you gotta keep yourself in check. So let's go ahead and we're gonna go add some color into the top of the face here. The top of our face. And we're gonna go right here, this face right here. I'm still hesitating on painting our Eve character and our Eve character. Let's add a little bit of orange, just a hint of orange. Almost like a dirty orange. And then all right, here we go. Brain. It's a brain cut in half. We have some knowledgeable people. No reply says, let's see. At your old house, you had this painting on your wall, but it was God handing man a fat blunt. It's a brain cut in half. No reply. What's up? What a coincidence. Today you were learning about Renaissance art just like this. Good old Michelangelo. Well, yeah, YouTube. I mean, YouTube, the algorithm, you know, if you've got YouTube on your phone, they're listening. They know what you're learning. They know what you're studying. And Yeah, they know you. They know what you're looking at. They know what you want. So what I need to do is I need to reduce the size, whatever this area is coming out here, and I need to reduce some of the size of the leg here. But I also need to tighten up this figure and some of the hands. But let me see what I can do about Eve's face. So the majority of the faces in this painting are like pretty, actually, you know what? Let me work on God's face. I feel weird saying that word, God. I feel weird saying it. I'm just using it as a term with respect to how this painting is depicted. That is the only purpose of me using his name. So that's that. Hopefully no one gets overly upset about that. But here we go. Let's tighten up his face here. I've got a couple of details that I probably should add. I'm going to tighten up some details around here. So what did you learn about Renaissance art today? Alcramo, what was it that you were, are you in art school? Are you, were you just, your teacher was just talking about it? What exactly is the context of whatever you learn? What's going on? What can you tell us? What can you teach us that we might not know? Teach us, Jedi Master. Tell us things that we may not know about Renaissance art. And just because I'm painting this piece doesn't actually mean I know anything about it. I mean, you know, I do know some about it, right? Obviously. But it doesn't actually mean I know about this painting. Obviously, I'm using a reference. Obviously, you know, I'm pretty much copying, studying, learning, duplicating. Human AI. Maybe I'm a human AI. You call me whatever you want. A fraud. A forgist. A bad painter. A good painter. A creative painter. An uncreative painter. Because I didn't come up with anything unique. You know, call me whatever you like. But that said, what can we learn? What can we learn about the Renaissance art? Share something. Share a fact. An idea. The best way to learn is to teach it to others. And you know what? I'll be honest. I don't know everything. You know, I know some things, but I don't know everything. So, that said, I've got a lot of growing up to do, a lot of knowledge to develop, a lot to learn. So, you know, what can we learn from you, because you're so fresh about this Renaissance art? What's a fun fact? I'll share a fun fact. So Michelangelo was actually, Michelangelo faked it till he make it. He's like the ultimate example of fake it till you make it. Because Michelangelo was, you know, back in the day in the 1400s, you couldn't really become an artist unless like you had connections and money and influence. You couldn't really become an artist unless you had those things. And Michelangelo didn't have those things, but he made up this story so that he could like join the schools and become a part of a school. But he actually made up a story about who he was, and through that story, it was how he actually got accepted amongst high society back then. And he faked it till he finally made it. And he did make it. He made it. But he was actually born of like, you know, a family that was a little poorer. He wasn't, you know, royalty. He wasn't anything. But he did come up with a story. And I don't remember if they say that he lied about it. But he sure was not who he said he was. But people believed it. And you know what? It was harder to prove things back then. You know, now you got social media. Everyone ousts themselves about who they are. When, you know, the truth is, you could just lie. You can lie to me about who you are. I don't care. I mean, if we're going to do business together, you know, that's different, right? Like, if we're going to do business together, if, you know, we're partnering up for, like, a channel idea or something, then that's different. I'm gonna want to know more about who you are. But as far as I'm concerned, if you come on this channel and you tell me, hey, you know, I'm a famous rock star, uh, and I have 500 million followers, cool. I'll believe it. I'll go for it. You know, on this channel, you can be whatever you like. This is like a virtual reality world, right? It's a virtual reality world where everybody's dreams can be true. So there we go. We got a little bit of a nose here, and let's go around. And then we're going to add some more detail into his eye here. And then let's clean off this brush a little bit. Alright, so nobody has any fun facts to share about the Renaissance. Okay, that's cool. Whatever. No harm, no foul. It's all good, people. No one wants to talk about the Renaissance. Renaissance is old. Let's have a new Renaissance, right? Let's have a new Renaissance. Let's do something different than the ancient people or ancient ancestors did. Let's build a better society. Let's do something cool and innovative. Alright, so we're going to add a little bit of our pink coming down from the nose here. Let's go right here. Let's go add in the white highlight. This needs to be a little bit less red. Bring in some more detail around his head here. And then let's see about his eyes. His eyes are going to be way too big there. We need to add some little highlight in between the dark line areas. And here we go. Let's go in between these dark line areas. And let's go like this. Got a great nose, an almost perfect nose. And let's use some orange into our ochre here, and let's try to find like a good blend of color into the face here. Nice little skin blend of color. Get an ear. And let's see. Bring this down like this. The front of the ear is going to come down right here. Add a little thing right there. And let's see. Okay, this is looking okay. We're doing all right here. Let's build out some color right into here. Add a little bit of a pink flesh tone into this body here. And we're gonna go maybe add a triangle. This is gonna come down from the ear. So add a little bit of a triangle of color here as we start to create some more dimension in his head here. And let's come a little bit around the front here. And then we're going to shape our area right here. So we're going to shape a little space right over here. Let's go. Uh-oh, you okay?
Yeah, the cat is just great. Why are you clumsy?
What'd they do?
Oh, you want to get down from the shelf in front of the window here. And
Oh, what a boy.
balance.
What a dog. I mean, cat.
Lost his
Crazy cats. Can't even climb a wall. This cat is a failure. Huh?
calling him a failure as a cat?
Yes.
Clumsy.
It's a clumsy cat. There's no such things as clumsy cats. It's only cats that can survive the wild and cats that die. They get
They
eaten.
can't even survive the indoors.
Cat is either ready to survive the wild or they're not. I'm just building up some color. Now I got to get the lip here. This lip is going to be crucial. This lip needs to come right around where the eye is, like right here. I usually have this issue where I get things way too far from the nose, so I'm trying to avoid that problem, that same problem. Maybe I should go with darker colors now. Gonna try to go with a shadow. Gotta use some shadows. I'm gonna find our brown, our yellow ochre. Gonna darken the yellow ochre color here. And let's see what we're gonna do about the face. Let's do the mouth, the lips right here. We're gonna go bam. Give his nose a more distinct shape here. Right there. Let's go a little forward here. A little forward motion. Want to reduce the darkness of some of that. And I think eventually we'll get it. I think we are on the way. We are on the path, the right path. Now let me see if I can find a brushy brush. Want a nice brushy brush that will let us blend this area of the face here. So we're gonna go into here and we're gonna add a little bit of our ochre, our orange ochre color. So my cat's stubbornness has beaten me down. My cat here likes to sit by my paintings, and I constantly pick her up and try to put her somewhere else because, you know, it's kind of dangerous. I don't like them. I don't like them by my paintings because I'm concerned about, you know, them getting their paint on them, and then they groom themselves and they eat or whatever. But it seems that their stubbornness has beat me down. And honestly, you know, the fact that they're here right now, they are not being like annoying. They're just chilling. They just want to hang out with me. And that's the message that they're giving me. But still, you know, I still have this concern that I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I don't feel good about them being here because it's dangerous. All right, let's add some shadow color into the ear here. We'll go with a light yellow ochre here. Getting into some just minor details that will help to tie this all together. Together forever and ever. So here's a question. Can people disagree? Can people disagree with each other without negative feelings? Has anyone ever met somebody who could actually disagree without negative feelings? Since we were talking about that earlier. Just bringing down the ear details. I'm going to continue on with this shade. And here we go. Bringing this ear around. And then let's add a little bit of a shadow around the outside of it. And then let's look for the shadow again. Get a little dark, another dark shadow. I'm going to go around the ear as we start to craft out this detail. Let's go like this. We're going to go around the ear. And here we go. I think his face is looking a little bit better.
Salad is ready.
Let's see what we could do about Eve's. You know, his face is still a little messed up actually, but let me see. What needs to happen here? What needs to happen to make this look good? We need some more dark shadows around his beard. So let's go with like a nice dark gray umber. Gonna capture the shadow of the beard here. We're gonna go around, so And then what is this lip? This lip needs to be pointed sharper.
Something I should.
You said you ate something you shouldn't have? That doesn't sound good. Oh. All right, we'll do something about that in a bit, but for now, let's go find. Let's start to gray this out. Actually, we could probably do it right now. We could probably do it right now as far as lightening up some of this beard right here. This beard does not need to be so discolored. Let's go right into here and give it like a nice dark gray. There we go. A gray is good. Let's go like this, lighten this. I'm gonna come across. Let's add a couple of stripes upwards. Did you know that you can sometimes see an artist's pain, especially when they go through like painstaking effort to get certain details? You can actually see their pain, their struggle. Like when artists go through so much detail in a painting that, you know, they pretty much aren't even having fun. They're just living a life of struggle in their painting. What's up with this lip? This lip's looking okay. This lip is looking okay, but this needs to come down. Let's see, this hair is a little too much right there. Yeah, it's probably too much red, so I gotta paint through that. And let's start to find this gray here. We're gonna go with this gray. Just trying to find a good gray here. We want to, so this beard from the bottom, right there. I'm gonna go some more gray. Let's bring this around. And let's see. And this is gonna come down, flow down like so. We're gonna have this hair come down like that. And eventually I'm gonna have to tighten up his cheek. His cheek's too chunky. It's like a chubby cheek. It looks like he's got like, he's blowing, you know, he's got like a looks like he's blowing a bubble. You know, he's holding his breath or something. So there's some details here that I gotta modify, but I can do that as we go on. Not necessarily need to right now. But let me see what I could do about the background here. So this background needs some touching up. What we're gonna do for that is we're gonna find a nice, we're gonna find our brown burgundy, our darkened maroon, whatever you want to call it, darkened burgundy or something. Maybe a bit more red in this. We're going to try to paint in the hair area right here, so create a more of a round space. Smooth out his hair a little bit. His hair shouldn't be so obvious. So we will brush up his hair up a bit. Go around this figure. And let's see. Let's try to find a good happy space here. That's a happy space. Look at that. Look at that's a happy space. Happy, happy space. Let's try to grab this color again. I'm gonna clean it off on my palette. Let's see. I want to carve it into this character's neck here. So just go down and around and into this figure's neck right here. There we go. Now that we've tightened that up, we're going places. We are going some wonderful, wonderful places. And let's clean up around his head here. So we're going to go with the white. And we're going to try to whiten this. Get like a... something a little whiter. We're going to paint through this head right here. And honestly, I could probably go around his head, give him less height on his hair. His hair looks a little too big, maybe. Let's see. Bring this down like so. Bring this around. Bring this down like so.
All right.
Huh.
Honey, Fern.
Oh, food almost ready?
No, it's almost ready. Well, potatoes are a little undercooked.
Well, we can overcook them, right? I said we can just overcook it, right?
Well, yeah, but you don't want the beef too overcooked, do you?
No.
The beef is closer to being ready than the potatoes.
Oh, you can't just... I'd rather the potatoes be overcooked.
I wouldn't like them like this.
I just double the heat in the oven.
No!
Why? Huh?
I want to. It's already at 400 degrees. I can't double it. It's fine. It's fine. Just relax. Very. Skittles, my boy. Hi. So cute. It's a lot. Okay. Everything is enough.
I'd rather have some crispy potatoes.
Crispy?
Yeah, crispy.
Okay. I mean, it's gonna cook a while. You always take your beef out. Cover it. Right? space here. This table pusher.
I know. It's nice, huh?
Yeah. Wouldn't mind getting rid of the table. Ask anybody if they want to buy it.
Anybody want to buy a table? An antique table?
It's nice.
It's a nice antique table. I'll even paint on it.
$100.
Well, if I paint on it, it's gonna be worth more. So it's gonna be way more than $100.
Somebody might not want it in their living room. It's
What?
painted in a weird.
Well, somebody might want it.
Right. Until someone buys it and tells you what to paint on.
Right, exactly.
Custom painted. How's that? Custom painted. Okay, it's good to sit. We had this day. Parents have a mango tree.
They do.
Nice.
This is the part when I can start to add my own spin to things, I guess. I will try to add my own spin to this by just being a little bit more vigorous and expressive with my paintbrush. Let's go, we're gonna carve around this foot. Let's see if we could tighten up that foot there. Let's do this. We're gonna go with this color. I just wanna paint all day. Just wanna paint all day. Paint all day is what I wanna do. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. All I wanna do is paint all day. Let's do this. Let's get some highlights into the top of this foot so we can start to have like a visual conversation with ourselves of how this needs to transform in order for it to work. Maybe shadow. Maybe I should be using shadow first, because if I use shadow, I could just paint over on top of it. But if I use light, you know, I'm kind of stuck. I'm gonna have to repaint it. So let's get the shadow in here. Nice big foot right here. He's got his big toe right there. There we go, nice big toe. And we're gonna have another foot extending out, like right there. Just a little bit further than the big toe. And then pretty much coming across like this. Let's keep painting in with the shadow. Maybe go a little bigger with this big toe, go a little longer with the other toe. And that's okay. How's this looking? It's looking all right.
I could do anything to you right now, but that's the difference between me and a man like Clinton. I can just
come on, show my teeth.
All right, and here we go. So this piece is gonna come right a little bit past this belly button. So let me go a little bit further. And way past this belly button, we're gonna come down a bit more.
Sorry. It's fine. It's not a thing. I'm good. Please, don't worry about me. I got cold. Literally, not please.
Or was it just non-stop fucking texts from Maddie? I have to go.
No worries.
And let's see, we're gonna go into here. And let's get this little piggy right here.
We need to do it tomorrow. Some questions about my head.
This is your emergency. We've been through this. It's 2 plus off definitely rape is a murder. I suspected everybody. Most of it be my wife.
You have so left her then. I can't really follow to Harrison and Gretchen. It's like I'm too good at being rated. I'm too you don't get it. Reagan. She's haunted. And now I'm on the pills for Samson for all away. Unbelievably, I have pills.
In 1 month. Reagan said it for the Philippines. This will not spend a long time when she's got the boat. And she will become lost at sea. No way I could get into the nitty-gritty, but this is something for her. I have a friend in Manila. He's gonna take care of her.
Who? You don't have friends.
You can focus. 1 more month. Then we say goodbye to Reagan. Forever.
Why is she not haunting me?
Because I'm glad she's dead. You have to stop listening to the voice in your head. Stop listening to the defense. You're stronger than her. You always have been. So 1 more month.
Sure. I'm sorry. I'm leaving town. Thank you for everything. Don't.
What the hell is this? Did you just break up with me? Project? Louise?
Oh, my knees have cramped.
Happened to you. And what the fuck happened to us?
So is he the type of guy where people want to see him die, or like, is he the bad guy? Like,
Talking to me?
yeah.
What was the question?
Is this guy the bad guy? Like, do people want to see him die, or you just want to see him survive?
He's the lovable serial killer.
Roll with it.
That's stupid.
That's what comes with the right.
People love him and hate him.
Yeah.
Like her.
Because running a small business takes it. That's why we're the help protect your privacy store. And we keep your business over to the trust. So while you're juggling everything else like the boss you are, you can actually care and so you can count on us.
Hmm.
Setting your boss in anything and everything to keep you going to.
Hi.
All right, let's try again with Eve's eyes right here. We'll go with Eve's eyes. We pretty much want to.
Where did you go? Go and this is I could have scared you to death. Unanswered calls. Unanswered texts. Where the hell are you?
Hey, pretty girl. Who's the prettiest kitty ever? Can I call you that? Prettiest kitty ever? Is that alright? Are you? Are you pretty?
And let's go down here. We're gonna come down here. Let's go like this. I'm gonna come down into your face.
No stories on the posts. Why would you break things off like this? Is there someone else? Is it Clayton? Is he the one who's been calling you? If you love someone, let them go. If they come back to you, they are yours. It's you. No. No. I'm jumping to conclusions. Still, I need sure. You said you left town. Mild abstraction theater, the only theater producing truly original shit. If Clayton is in the city, at least I know you're not with him. I'm just gonna create a fake email account.
Yo, Hammeyer. JH, what's up? J to the H. JH is here. JH. J J J J J J H. J J J J J J H. Yes, you get a welcome song. JH gets a welcome song.
I love my son. What should we love my family? But as you go on, I have to confront the fact that not every member of my family loves me now.
What's up? Thank you for sharing all those likes of this painting. Still got a long ways to go, but making some progress here. So many details to tighten up. But yeah, what's going on in the world of JH? How are you? What is new? How is the springtime coming along for you? If it's coming. Surely it must be coming. Surely like Shirley.
That's what George I want.
I'm gonna give this figure a little highlight on the tip of the nose right here.
It's nothing. Mommy got a gift for Uncle's Teddy. She just wanted to show me before dinner.
Sounds cool.
Yeah. It really is. And she is scared of me. She could have impaled my son. As you were other sisters. Want to explain why our son found us on the road? Tell me this is because of me.
If it's fixed, then why don't you just that?
Let's go into here. Carve this down.
3 years. I'm changed. I want to prove a friend. I'm sure you know why you're going to see what first and second.
Joe! Fuck! You're right. Stop acting like a victim.
What changed?
You tell me what changed. What did you do to Raven? Did you blackmail her? Did you threaten her? I know that you did something. You are a liar, Joe. I think that you killed your best friend.
Fuck, how? Could you know what she tried to do to me?
You're fucking yourself up. Go ahead. Please. Deny it. I want to see the look in your eyes and gaslight me, so I have a reference for the last 3 years.
And let's add some more brown into her hair. Create some more of the contrast.
How come when you didn't tell me the whole truth, I gave you my heart?
Kat, who do you think is more dangerous, the wife or him?
Yeah.
Him? Really?
Yes.
Oh.
So there's you.
You don't think she can kill him in his sleep?
I forgave your past. Because you could forgive Marvin. twisted the story to make me out. To be the only villain. That's how we end up with the son. Find him. Shine with his mother's pillow.
There, it's that. Thank you. I see.
Giant what?
And I don't think I'll ever
Fucking
orgasm again. One
hunting
step closer to them. I'll
Giant
say
hunting
he's
knife?
upstairs. So I
I want you to get stabbed if that's who you think I'm really at. I would have done anything for you. Anything. I took that, introduced you, then opened it and rejected me for it. I know deep down in the back of your
Let's use some of our Williamsburg. Got some color right here. We're going to use a Williamsburg Italian lemon ochre. This might be a good... No, it's just like a yellow ochre. This is the right color I need. Let's try to find something that's...
This is why this is all the anger. No one has to get hurt, Joe. 90% of the children in Henry's class have divorced parents. It's hardly a scandal. We would do this the nice way, discreet for him. I love him too, Joe. Don't separate us. You don't have to. Where are you going?
Better be done with that fucking shit. I should be going.
Hey,
I'm going to use the same color. Let's try to use the same color inside the hair here. I'm going to go with a little bit of a darker shade of this. Grab this orange again. Let's see how much darker we can get it.
It's really good at
Breaking and entering? Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be a serial killer, you got to be good at some criminal activity. Some criminal act. So we're watching a show called You, by the way. For those of you that are, that know, or that are wondering what we're talking about, B&E, breaking and entering. We do not support that on this channel. But if it's done for the sake of television and entertainment and nobody gets hurt, and it's only for a TV show, I guess we don't not support it because we're watching it.
no. Maybe I should go. Please forget about me, Joe. I think I called to tell you not to worry about me. That's it.
Fuck. Just anything say definitely clean out me as much as say don't worry about me.
Hold on.
What's your address?
We're at 202 North Road. What's the one?
Thank you. You must be with Clayton. Use the public phone. You might call back. Something's wrong. You need my help.
Suddenly I'm losing sight of the world around me.
And let's go. All right. Whew. Let's keep pushing along. Keep pushing along on these figures here.
Hello, pretty little bird. Hi, little bird. Are you good?
The last one works differently. It's the only thing I want to walk 2 houses ago.
Here, birdie. Hi.
Open up your world with the Weiswell.
Let's add a little bit of red into this. A little bit of red. A hint of red. Just a little tiny pop of red. How do we do this? I just want a tiny pop of red.
I spoke to you last night. I asked you that.
Guess I got it right.
I'm concerned French. She's just been having some trouble with an accent.
One thing you gotta go.
Yeah.
Some smells like it might be burning, babe. Cat.
What? I heard you. I'm trying to get up.
Oh, okay.
Takes me a minute.
I'm gonna cover this face again. Oh my goodness, this is like the 5th time I've had to redo this face.
It's time to move on.
Huh?
It's time to move on.
Move on. Move on. Just move on before I've achieved perfection? I don't think so.
What you've been doing is repainting it.
No?
Over and over.
That's not true. No?
Okay.
It's not true.
Other ones. Yeah,
Huh?
potatoes. What have you done? Please. This is potatoes. Hey. Hey. Good thing to turn it with. Okay, a few more minutes. Burn, why can't you eat that? God, you're being the pickiest cat on the planet. Just eat something.
Now let's go around the neck here. Curve this around the neck. The face. Now let's round out this figure, this character. We gotta add some red around the cheeks. Bit of orange around the cheeks here. Orange up his cheeks here. Boom. Orange up his forehead. Boom. Orange up his cheeks a little bit, like right there. Boom. Honestly, his eyes should probably just be nice and dark here. And let's see how this is gonna go. I want to do a little transition of our arm here. So how we're gonna do that is we're gonna find this ochre color.
Right here.
Find our ochre color here. And let's go right like this. So
what is it? It's a house or a beach? She hasn't signed up for it. Hey, you're that guy. Sick.
Thank you. So you've been a big help.
Guy?
That used to be Genevieve would save us all. Maybe Henry's generation's a little shot.
Guy?
you're that guy. You're that guy. You're the serial killer. You're the guy who writes the serial killer books. You're Stephen King. What if Stephen King's a serial killer?
Maybe he is. He's kind of twisted.
No. He's probably not. He seems like a good guy.
Hard for him to get away with it because he's so recognized.
True. Good point. Stephen King cannot get away with murder. He's too famous. Let's start to add some shadows along this hand, some deeper shadows.
Sure, just got tased.
He got him.
Ha!
He got him.
She got him.
She got him.
Yeah.
Joe, are you awake? Yeah, you scared the shit out of me. What are you doing here? I am not yours to save, Joe. You showed up and I remember he's a human shit stain. No, Joe, it's... Yes and no? It's too real. I told you before, I am not a trope. Fuck, I've never looked at anything more.
All right, let's see.
Terrifying.
If you weren't the other what if it was you?
Hey, Johnny, I thought you were my insulin delivery. What are you doing here? Megan asked me to come back. What are you doing here? She won't return my calls and I need to speak to her. What is happening here? Where's Harrison? Rachel? They're out. Because that's not a secret. Oh, that's just a stage. What can you do? Just tell me. Lindsay. I keep in Spain. Reading. She's literally busy. She's going away to the Philippines next month for some much needed me. Her time.
And here we go. Let's see.
Either let me by, or just tell me why Reagan stepped down. Do you know? Mother, Joe was going to do this. Just tell me how. I'll tell you who.
It's got a very dainty hand.
What do you want? Reagan? What? You have my text and you leave me the fuck alone? But where's Maddie? We're both in here, obviously.
Hmm.
Doing what exactly? It's a twin thing.
It's a twin thing. Huh? She's playing her sister. Did they kill her? Oh. Why did they kill her?
Because she was too controlling.
With who?
Company.
Hmm.
But it wasn't my fault. We were trapped, and I came. And Joe saved. I'm sorry. Maybe it was good. Because it made me see who Reagan really was. I don't deserve to go to jail. I don't.
Alright, you want to eat now?
Yeah, sure. What a great actress. A great, talented actress. Anna Camp, everybody. Let's all clap our hand. Woo, Anna Camp. Who likes Anna Camp? Who's a fan of Anna Camp? If you're a fan of Anna Camp, raise your hand, people. She's done a great job on this show called You. She plays a twin sister, and she plays both twins, obviously, because that's what actors do. They take challenging roles and they make you believe. They make you believe. That is what great actors do. They make you believe. And let's find.
Ow!
Woo! Damn.
Hurt myself.
This.
This oven bit works.
All right. So let's go here. We got our orange here, and we're gonna go into here just to lighten up. Maybe we can even use a little bit of this pink. Because there's already so much brown here, we have some other colors we can use. No, we've got a few things left, but I think I gotta put this on pause for now. We have to put this on pause. We're gonna take a little break, eat some food, take a long break maybe. I don't know if I'll be back tonight. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Might and I might not. But those of you that are here, thanks. Those of you that are not here, thank you. Because if you're here at a later time, then that would have meant that you were here. And if you're not here and you never visit this, thank you anyway, just for being alive, just for being you. You're accepted. You're accepted in my world. But we're wrapping up now, by the way, for those of you just tuning in. We're slowly wrapping up. Made my live stream title "Painting is outdated but still feels good." Throwing a little point for discussion. Is it outdated? Is it like I sometimes see these?
Scout.
I sometimes
move. Scout.
That's Pookie.
Pookie. Whatever. Move.
I sometimes see these YouTube videos. I can make my own plate.
Well, I already made it for you.
Okay.
Move. She's gonna eat your food.
Well, I gotta wrap up my painting supply. Just leave it on the kitchen. Leave it on the stove, please.
She's gonna get it. No.
Yeah, I sometimes watch these like YouTube videos of like craftsmen doing like ancient ways of crafting things by hand, like the ancient leather makers working out of like a little house in the middle of nowhere, and there's a documentary about them. And that's how I feel about painting sometimes. It's like this ancient craft that's a little outdated. I feel like maybe like 100 years from now, people are gonna be like, "Oh, the last painter on Earth." Maybe not. I feel like painting's so big enough that I won't. But it could be a idea for a movie idea.
I'm tickling you. Move.
But anyway,
Tickling you.
let's move on.
It's not ticklish.
Let's
You're not
get
ticklish.
on with this.
No. Get her to move. Look. I'm pushing her. I'm tickling her.
She's liking it.
Apparently. Go.
Don't let her get the knife. She might cut somebody. Okay, we're wrapping up, everybody. Thank you for being here. We'll come back a little later. Take care.